Hello, and welcome to this slow, simple, and clear English podcast. My name is Sabah, and I am really happy you are here today. Let me ask you something. Please be honest. Are you learning English, but still feeling stuck? You study, you watch videos, you try grammar rules, you memorize word lists, but when it is time to speak, your mind goes completely blank. You say to yourself, I forget everything. I can't speak. I am not good at languages. Let me tell you something important. The real problem is not English. The real problem is this. People don't read. Yes, they don't read. Not books, not stories, not even one small page. And that is where everything breaks. Now, listen very carefully. What if reading is not boring? What if reading is not difficult? What if reading is the key? The key to better vocabulary? The key to clear speaking? The key to understanding fast English? Think about that just for a moment. One simple habit can slowly change everything. Many people believe they need talent to speak English. They believe they need a perfect memory. They believe English is only for smart people. But that is not true. You do not need talent. You do not need perfection. You only need to read, slowly, calmly, every day. Even 5 minutes is enough. And here is something most people never tell you. Reading is not only for learning English. Reading makes you stronger. It builds confidence. It gives you ideas. Reading changes the way your brain works. Reading teaches you how to think in English, not translate. So now, let me ask you again. Are you ready to change? Are you ready to try something different? Not next week, not next year, today. Because this is not just a podcast. This is a beginning, a new beginning that starts with one page. Are you still with me? Good, because now I want to talk about something real. Maybe you tried before. You watched videos, you listened to podcasts, you repeated sentences again and again. But nothing changed. English felt fast. Sentences felt confusing. And when you tried to speak, your mind froze. It felt like a wall, a heavy wall between you and English. You asked yourself, why can't I remember? Why do words disappear? Why do I freeze? And slowly, quietly, you started giving up. That is the real danger. Not failure, but quitting without realizing it. Now here is the truth. The problem is not you. The problem is the method. You were trying to run before learning how to walk. You were trying to speak without building a base. And that base is reading. Yes, reading. Reading is the foundation no one told you about. Reading feels slow. Reading feels simple. And that is exactly why it works. Because it gives you time. Time to think. Time to connect. Time to grow. You do not need pressure. You do not need speed. You need understanding, and understanding comes from reading. So if you feel tired, you are not alone. If you feel stuck, you are not alone. But here is the real question. What if the solution is not harder, but easier? What if the answer was always right there on the page? You do not need more apps. You do not need more tricks. You only need a quiet moment and one good sentence. That is where progress begins. That is where confidence grows. That is where your story changes. And now we are ready for the real secret. Reading is not extra. Reading is not optional. Reading is the key. When you read in English, you learn words from real life. You do not memorize, you connect. And that connection stays. Reading helps you feel English, the rhythm, the flow. Later, when you speak, those patterns come back naturally. That is real fluency. Not fast, not perfect. One sentence at a time. You are in control. You choose what you read, stories you enjoy, pages that make you smile. No pressure, no classroom, no fear. Just you and the page. And every time you read, something small but powerful happens. You grow. You feel stronger. You start believing. And that is the real victory. Not perfect English, but real confidence. So now, let me leave you with one simple question. What will you read today? One page, one sentence is enough. Keep reading, keep believing, and I will see you in the next episode.